going to do a carrot review today, and it's going to be on this carrot. This is the only one that came up successfully. A couple of the other ones bolted straightway, and these were the purple carrots. One was from France and the other one was from Spain, and so they bolted. We do got an Amazon giant carrot here, but I'm going to try to let this winter over and see if that'll grow next year and bolt, and that way I could get seed. I only got one seed that came up out of about 30 seeds, and these carrots are supposed to get to around 2-3 feet long and somewhere around 6 inches wide. They're giant Amazon carrots. Very rare to get seeds. I happen to get seeds. That is the last one that sprouted. I grew them in the past. Got them pretty big, but never that big. But we're going to do a review on this carrot right here, and this is called the Snow White carrot. I'm going to let the rest of these carrots winter over, and we're going to try to get them to bolt next year so I can get seed from them. So I'm sacrificing my first harvest for the seed, so I have to do that in order for me to get seed. So let's pull one of these up and see what it looks like. Now, in general, these carrots don't really get too much bigger than what you actually see right here. This is about the size that they get. They can get a little bigger and a little fatter. They can get to around maybe an inch wide, and they can get roughly, they get a little longer than what you see, but they'll get more fatter than wider, and that's what this carrot does. And this is called a Snow White carrot. Some people look at that and say, no, it's a turnip and that's a parsnip, and no, it's not. This is actually a carrot. This is a variety of carrot. It's a wonderful carrot, and trying to get seed from it's a little bit challenging because you have to, for those of you who don't know, carrots have to winter over and then get seed the following year. They are what you would refer to as a biannual. So, unfortunately, I have to sacrifice that whole bed there of carrots with beautiful carrots like this. Absolutely gorgeous. You just steam these guys. You cut them up. You steam them with broccoli. Put a little butter on that, salt and pepper, and you're good to go. That's a whole meal right there. Right there. You can cut that up any way you want, long, short, and that's what it is. Alright, so let's turn you around, let's take a bite off it and try to describe the flavor of the Snow White carrot. Alright guys, here we are. We're going to do a carrot review today on this carrot right here. And this is called the Snow White carrot. And it's a white carrot as opposed to, there's several different colors. There's actually white, orange as we all know. There's red, there's also green, and there's also purple, black, and there may be one or two other colors in there too. There might be like a dark pink or something. But here's the white version, which is actually quite rare. A lot of people don't know about the white carrots. I do like the white carrot. It tastes just as good, if not better, than the typical traditional orange carrots. So here it is. Let's bite the end off, and then I'll take a bite. Okay, that's it right there. Let's take a bite and see what it tastes like. It's very sweet, first of all. Second of all, it tastes like carrot. It doesn't taste like parsnip. It doesn't taste like anything like that. It tastes like carrot. So it's a carrot. Second of all, it's sweet, but that sweetness can be actually more associated with the carrot being harvested in colder months. Sweetness tends to really pick up in the roots in colder months, and that's mainly because the plant isn't putting its energy into the foliage part. It keeps the energy down in the root for the winter, and all the starches and sugars that it creates and or created throughout the early part of the year don't leave the root during this time of the year. That's why it's always better to harvest your vegetables like this during, like parsnips especially. I tell you to harvest those just after winter before they start to bolt upwards, because all that sugar is stored in there, and boy, those things sweet, guys. Those things are incredible. If you've never had a parsnip in spring, you've got to try that. They're unbelievable. They're the most incredible flavor you can imagine. They're just absolutely delicious. But you try to eat that in midsummer, and that thing wouldn't taste that good. Nowhere near what it tastes like in spring or even midwinter if you can get the carrot or parsnip out of the ground. But this is very delicious. It has a very sweet taste. There's almost a little bit of a spiciness to it, similar to like what a radish might have, but it's not spicy. It could be because it might be because of the time of the year that I'm harvesting it, and there's a slight spiciness to it, but it doesn't mean that it's a spicy carrot. It's not a turnip or a radish or anything. It is a carrot. So that might have something to do with it just being cold. Let me take another bite. Guys, the sweetness on this thing is incredible. It's very sweet. It's like eating an apple. It doesn't taste like apple. I'm saying it's sweet, like as if you ate a nice apple or peach or something. More like an apple, because an apple is more crunchy. Like it's sweet like an apple. It's just unbelievably sweet with a carrot flavor. What I like to do with these is I like to juice a lot of times my carrots, or I like to steam them with my broccoli. When I juice them, I make a carrot juice, usually out of red carrots or orange carrots, but with the white ones you can juice them and you get a very clear type of juice. It looks really strange, and it's a delicious tasting if you put an apple in there with it. It tastes quite well, and a little bit of ginger. God, that's amazing. That's a real juice, guys. You drink those once a week, twice a week, you'll never die. You'll never die if you eat right and you eat stuff like this that comes directly from the ground. And if you juice from time to time, don't juice too much, and mainly because of that is because of the high levels of sugar. They will throw off your, they will cause you to get a sugar imbalance in your body, and then that can become problematic if you do it enough. So I don't recommend regular juicing. I do recommend whole food juicing, like in a Vitamix. A whole food juicer just basically turns the pulp into a liquid by macerating it so fine that even the pulp is actually liquefied. And they call that whole food juicing rather than your typical juicers, which can cause a spike in your sugar levels. You need to keep the mass inside the juice to reduce the glycemic effect you're going to get when eating or drinking juices from carrots. But these carrots are very, very sweet. You can make a really good juice with them, and or you can eat them straight. I'm going to be eating a couple more of these today because they're so good that I want to eat them raw. When they're that sweet, I don't necessarily want to cook them. I want to eat them raw, straight out of the ground, wipe them down just like I did here. I didn't even wash this. Wipe it down, you eat it raw, right from the ground. And don't worry about the ground. You know, a lot of people tend to say, oh, you need to wash it, you're going to get bacteria. You came from the ground, and you're going to return to the ground one day. That doesn't make you better than the ground itself. The ground, what you see this in here, is part of us. So you get a little bit in you, don't worry about it. It's not going to hurt you. And believe me, I've been doing this for many years, and I'm still here. So anyway, that's just a quick review on the snow white carrot. If I can get it to bolt by next year and get some seed out of that, I will offer seed to the snow white carrot, and then you guys can grow those for yourself. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care.